Hi, welcome to the Wmiles. So let me show you this car, very special, exclusively for China. It's from Saic Audi.
This car and the E5 Sportback can be considered sister models because their overall design is very similar. You can think of it as a lift version of the E5 Sportback that makes it an SUV. However, if we look closely at the details, there are actually quite a few differences. For example, the front end is noticeably taller. Because it is an SUV, the overall circular wraparound front fascia has been retained, but the biggest change is the Audi badge. It used to be positioned here, but now it has become larger and has been moved to a higher position. The wraparound large grille is still retained, and the lighting elements are also very attractive. With a dot matrix design, there is another important difference. The headlamp modules have become vertical. On the E5 Sportback, they were positioned here horizontally. This makes the car look taller, with the entire front end raised higher. For an SUV, this is a very reasonable design choice. Let's briefly talk about this. This car follows a 5-3-2 layout, meaning a 5-meter body length, a 3-meter wheelbase, and a 2-meter width. It can be said to be a very mainstream size. Looking at the side profile, I think the lines are very smooth. You can see the overall flow of the lines, which feels very mature and refined. At the same time, the wheel arches are strongly flared outward. This is consistent with Audi's long-standing Quattro system, which gives a sense of AWD stability, as well as a very solid feel. It carries on that same lineage. The flowing roofline slopes toward the rear. And here, there is a very strong D-pillar. This is very similar to what we saw earlier on the E5 Sportback. I also noticed a detail underneath the rear spoiler. There is also a perforated design. So this design is also derived from the E5 Sportback. Alright, now let's look at the rear. At the rear as well, the badge looks very confident. Previously, it was a small badge in this position, but now it has been given a very standalone, eye-catching placement. And it can light up. There is a large wraparound taillight. Just like on the E5 Sportback, the taillight modules are also positioned here, echoing the front design. They are vertical. Overall, the design feels very mature, and at the same time looks very premium. It doesn't rely on many sharp lines. Instead, it mainly uses raised surfaces to create a very smooth, yet powerful overall shape. This kind of surface design is excellent. The 23-inch wheels with 285 width tires are very large. Paired with this vehicle, visually speaking, and in terms of proportions, it looks excellent. Now let's talk about the specifications. This car uses an 800-volt high-voltage architecture. It is an all-wheel drive version with a maximum output of 500 kilowatts. Its 0 to 100 kilometers per hour acceleration is in the 5-second range. For such a large electric SUV, this is more than sufficient. As for the battery, it should be over 100 kilowatt-hours. Its overall range should be around 700 kilometers. Let's also take a look. There is a LiDAR sensor at the front, as well as digital side mirrors. So overall, this car's equipment level should be high.
It's a concept car for the E7X. So this car is going to launch in 6 months. Do you like it? Let me know.